Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Nice to be here with you. It's Wednesday, and today is day 48. I thought about that this week 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We are in our 8th week together. I cannot believe how fast these past 8 weeks have gone. I thought about that last night. We do 5 sessions a week every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, right? And I was laying in bed last night and I was like, yeah, today was day 47. It was a great session. Tomorrow we're talking about letting go, which is today. And I was laying there. I was like, wow, this Friday is 50, day 50. On 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I said, holy Toledo, we're in our 9th week. I just said 8 weeks before 9th week. So congratulations, honestly, for those of you who have been watching and taking part of these daily lives for the past 48 days. Congratulations, because you have incorporated a discipline, a positive discipline into your life. You're here every day taking part in these enlightening discussions and the meditation we do. And for those of you who are watching in the replays, because these lives, all of these lives and all my other videos are available on my social media outlets, all of them. You can watch the past 48 days, all of these sessions, which all are related to each other anytime you want. But for those of you who have been watching with me live, who have been tuning in afterwards and watching the replays, I mean, seriously, congratulations. Take a moment to feel really good about yourself. Because if you look back at yourself over these past 8, 9 weeks, you will see that you have made so many great changes. You have incorporated and learned so many incredible tools and techniques to help you heal, to help you go within, to help you shift your perspective. And you've learned how to meditate. You've learned how to sit and become the observer of your thoughts. And each day you spend with me, you are strengthening those abilities. So congratulations, my friends. I'm really excited to be here today. Today's conversation on letting go is based on one of you, something you asked yesterday. Now, as I was saying, I go live every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m., and each day has a topic except for Friday. Friday is all about you. It's the things that are going on in your life, the things that are going on in your heart, in the world, and beyond that you're wondering about, the things that are holding you hostage, confusing you, depressing you, just your questions and answers. That's what we do on Friday. And of course, we end with a meditation. And today is going to be a really beautiful meditation. It's going to be a very powerful meditation, very strong meditation to bring us here into the present moment. But right now, we're talking about letting go. Yesterday, one of our viewers asked, how do I let go? Now, we've covered this. We've talked about this. And within the lessons and sessions we've had, I've given you plenty of techniques on letting go. And I'm actually pretty sure we've had a session kind of dedicated to that. But one of the most important things you can do is be reminded. One of the most important things I can do for you, is remind you, refresh your memory on some of the things we've talked about. Because as I said, today is day 48, and I kid you not, in these 47 videos that I have online for you, the information, the insight, the guidance, the tools, and the techniques are exactly what you are looking for. And this isn't up to somebody else out there healing you or doing the work for you, because they can't. You have to be the one who does the journey within. It's called inner work, shadow work, dark work. No matter what label you put on, going within, reassessing your life, becoming the observer of your emotions and thoughts as opposed to the victim or hostage is how you truly heal. And that's what it's all about. I'm not a Muslim. Somebody said, hey, Jay, when did you become a Muslim? I could see that question from here. I'm not a Muslim, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. Anyway, so going within is the way you heal, right? Let me, I'll just put my glasses on while we're talking to see if there's any more about that, because now I'm curious as to what would make somebody think I'm a Muslim. But no, I'm not a Muslim. I have nothing against the Muslim faith, not at all. I own the Quran upstairs. I own lots of spiritual and religious books upstairs. Hello, how are you? I'm doing really well. So I look very Muslim with the beard. Well, that's a very judgmental thing to say. It's a beard. It's a beard. I'm, if you think I look Muslim with the beard, that's your perspective. I'll take my glasses because I'm not even going to bother with that. That's, don't judge. Haven't your parents ever taught you, don't judge a book by its cover? Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge people by what you see, how they look. Don't do that, because all you're doing is assuming. You're basing this on anything that's non-factual. And you started that out with, when did I become a Muslim? Because you think my beard makes me look like a Muslim? Anyway, so letting go, perfect example. Letting go. Moving past things that do not serve you, letting go of the thoughts and emotions that have been holding you hostage. That's what we're talking about today. And as I said, we have covered these things in the past. And yeah, people. Okay, Teddy, I'm looking like a Muslim. Thank you, buddy. I'm looking like a Muslim. That's great. And you're looking like an asshole. Bye. Seriously, you're that's just incredibly ridiculous to like somebody just said, people judge rather than thinking. Yeah. Think before you speak. Let's see, what are some of the things our parents told us? Don't judge a book by its cover. Think before you speak, right? Think before you speak. That's a huge one. What else have they told us in this line? Oh, I don't really give a shit. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. For anyone to walk around and label or define another person based on what we think they are by the way they look is insane. And when we hold somebody hostage to that light, meaning if I look at somebody and go, oh, that person must be this, they're this, and then I treat them accordingly, I act to them, I think, I project that intention to them based on my thought, without even knowing anything about that person, that is literally why the world is in the condition it's in. Because people just act without thinking. They act without thinking. They remember this one, here's the best one. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Remember that little gem? Let's think about that. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Because why would you project out your ill perspective onto somebody else as if it is defining them? Right? And you're just projecting out negative energy. So honestly, if you don't have something positive to say, positive to contribute, then just work on yourself. Work on yourself. Think to yourself, why do I want to be that person? Why do I have to say those things? Why would I look at a person who's obviously white, right? Who has I'm German and Irish descent, by the way. German and Irish is what I am. 55% Irish, 45% German. And I have a beard that's got some gray on it. And somebody decides this makes me look like a Muslim. Great. You know why? Because I love Muslims. I do. And I love Jews, and I love Christians, and I love Buddhists, and I love atheists, and I love everybody in between. I don't give a flying shit what anybody chooses to do in their life. I care about people bettering themselves, being better today than you were yesterday, and treating people with that kindness and compassion, not walking around and holding the world hostage to our judgments and perspective that are based on a misguided perspective. There we go. Good on you. Yes, that's it. Thank you. So anyway, today we're talking about letting go. So let's talk about letting go. How do we let go of this emotional energy right now of somebody even projecting things like that? So the concept, first of all, of letting go is a powerful and transformative practice in both in spiritual and emotional growth. It involves moving past old grudges, harmful feelings, and unhealthy connections and projections, right? So, and embracing present awareness filled with peace, positivity, right? That's kind of what letting go is. Letting go of those heavy thoughts and emotions and replacing them with positive ones. Now, as I said yesterday, you're never going to really let go. I mean, yes, I can let go of the hate and embrace kindness, but that memory of why you hated the person, that action and event, is still there in the back of our mind. We can only shift our perspective on them, ourselves, and the entire scenario, right? So you're not really letting go so much, you're altering your perspective. You're shifting, there's that big spiritual word, shifting your perspective. Thank you. So here we go. The first, so I'm going to give you 5 ways. I wrote out 5 ways just for Rosie, no, not just for Rosie, for all of you, that you really can practice ways of letting go of those negative thoughts and emotions. Really applicable ways, realistic ways that you can start today. And the first is the most powerfulest: mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation, right? Regular mindfulness meditation can help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings in the moment without judgment. So, by observing your thoughts as they arise and acknowledging them without judgment, you can start to detach from negative patterns and emotions, allowing them to pass like clouds in the sky. That's why when we do the breath work meditation and we're just focusing on the breath, but then here comes those thoughts and those emotions, we feel the emotions, we see the thought, oh yeah, I'm meditating, I come back to the breath, and then they start to dissipate and flow away, and you just keep doing it, and keep doing it. The next one is really powerful as well, and that's journaling for emotional release. Writing down your thoughts and emotions can be cathartic experience. It really can. It's a process that can help you release those thoughts and emotions by processing them and writing them down and reflecting on them. So reflect on situations or relationships that weigh heavily on you and express all of the associated emotions through writing, in a sense, letting go of them. This person did this to me and it made me feel like this way and I hated it. Put it all out, get it out of you onto that paper. And this can really bring clarity, and it can help you to consciously decide what burdens to really let go on, what things to reflect on, and what issues may have been actually caused by you. So, 1, mindfulness meditation. 2, journaling for emotional release. And forgiveness practice. This is the third one. Now, this is huge with me. And many of you know I have a meditation, a transcendental meditation that I do that is all about forgiveness. I basically have the person pick an emotion, an event, or an action, something that they're holding on to, something. And we consciously time travel back to those moments. And rather than bringing that negative thought and emotion into our present moment, when we're back there, me, properly and safely guide the person, show them and tell them what to think and what to see, to shift their perspective on that event. And then when I bring us back out of the meditation, we've now taken that new emotion, that new aspect of forgiveness. And I don't care what has happened to you. The worst thing in the world, the worst abuse, your biggest mistake, I can take you back there and shift your perspective from fear, anxiety, hate, jealousy, resentment, bitterness to love, kindness, compassion, freedom, and equality, and so on. Okay. And it's possible. So, forgiveness practice, though, for you, whether it's forgiving yourself or others, forgiveness is a crucial step in letting go. Holding on to resentment or bitterness only harms you. even Jesus taught us, right? If you hate somebody, you're carrying the hate. And how does that really feel, right? Buddha taught us all about emotional attachment and how it can affect us negatively. So, holding on to resentment or bitterness only harms you. By choosing to forgive, you release the power. You release the power that those feelings hold over you. You might use forgiveness affirmations or write a forgiveness letter. You don't have to send it, but just sometimes writing that letter out. And also those affirmations. I forgive myself for X, Y, and Z. I forgive so and so for X, Y, and Z. Even saying that over to yourself will subconsciously at some point with your patience, click. But really, the biggest shift happens by that conscious time travel, by me taking you back and looking into their eyes and seeing their hurt and pain and understanding the way they acted and reacted had nothing to do with you. And we go on with that. But forgiveness affirmations, forgiveness meditations, guided forgiveness meditations, and forgiveness letters. You can write out that letter to yourself, even. You can write out a full letter to yourself. I forgive you. I understand that you didn't mean to do that. Really connect from within and read that letter. Just read it and understand that if you can accept it, if you can become aware of the power in that action, then it becomes truth. And once it becomes truth to you, you are resonating and vibrating in that reality. It's a fact, my friends. There's no gimmicks. It's not meant to be difficult. The only reason life is extremely difficult is because we've made it that way. That's why. So what else we got here? We've got number 4. I wrote physical activity. And this again is really important. Engage in physical, and thank you, by the way. I see you on TikTok today sending all those hearts, tapping the screen and sending all that love. And I absolutely appreciate you. I appreciate you all. May you all have a beautiful day. But you who's extending that energy, completing that circle, and helping me project that beautiful energy out to the collective, may your day be filled with abundant joy and laughter and love. Thank you. I really appreciate that, because when I see the hearts on the screen, yeah, it helps the algorithm. Sure. It inspires me because I know you hear me and see me and feel me, and you understand my intention is pure, as I'm not asking you for anything. I only want to help you find your way home. But most importantly, you're taking the time with me. You're tapping the screen to share that beautiful energy out to the collective. So thank you so much. And Instagram, you can tap the screen, and YouTube, you can tap the screen too. You're able to do this. Share your love, share your excitement. This is called inspiration, and it's how people find their motivation, by seeing things that inspire them. So, four, not 8, physical activity. Engage in physical activities such as yoga, walking, Tai Chi, martial arts, or any other form of exercise. Physical movement can help release the pent up energy associated with negative emotions. Yoga, especially, incorporates breath work, which is incredibly effective in releasing emotional buildup. Yoga is really incredible because, it has breath work, it has meditation, it has movement. And people, it takes a while for people to get it. They think they're just stretching, they're just touching the toes. But one day you realize, when you're relaxing into the position and you're breathing, you just feel something. You feel this connection between mind and body. It's just unexplainable. It's something you have to experience for yourself. But honestly, my friends, I'm telling you, what did we say? Mindfulness meditation was 1. 2 was journaling for emotional release. 3 was forgiveness practice. And 4 is that physical activity. So do something. Do something that requires you to move. And it doesn't even have to be exercise. I mean, you could do pottery, you can draw, you can color, you can, like I said last week, you can pick up these little adult coloring books. This is mindful mandalas. They have ones on nature and anything, and you can just spend time moving, connecting, seeing, and using your senses, and that brings you here in the present moment. It calms your body. And in that process, you will have thoughts, you will have emotions, but you've got your anchor. You've got that positive distraction that you'll go back to. You'll sit there and you'll be drawing and you'll think of, yeah, that really hurt me. That was so bad. That was just, oh, it was just so bad. But you'll be able to process them easily because you're not just sitting there doing this, sitting in that thought. And that's what happens to many of you. You get that thought or that event, that action, that memory, and it comes to mind. And like I said, we consciously time travel to it. We hear the words, we feel the actions, everything about that moment becomes present. And here we are now today, consumed by it, and we just sit there within it. I'm afraid, I'm hurt, and we affirm it. We can't do this. Only we can break the cycle. Only we can heal ourselves. Another person can only give us the tools and techniques and safely, properly guide us. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can reach inside your mind and heart and pull out that traumatic experience that you keep reflecting on. The only way the emotion associated with it is going to be released, let go of, is by you shifting your perspective on that event in action. Okay? So, 5, the big old number 5, and then we get to meditate. Creating new memories, just like you're doing with me right now. This is an event. This is an action. This is something you're observing and taking part of. And this will now, this day, this moment, these words will be stuck in your head. So actively seek out new experiences or revisit familiar activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. By creating new positive memories, you can reshape your emotional landscape and reduce the prominence of past negative memories. This doesn't erase the past, but gives you a greater weight, to your current situation. So what I mean is it's not like I said yesterday, we can't really let go of the memory. It's always going to be there. We can only create new memories that bring us joy, that when we reflect back on these things, we're vibrating in such a positive energy that we look back on them with that joyous feeling and kind of just, you know what I mean? But really, one more time, just to really reiterate this, my point. These 5 techniques are great. And if you incorporate them, they're going to work. They're going to help. But really, the most effective way is by finding someone who knows how to safely and properly guide you within. And again, I see all that love on the screen today from TikTok. Thank you so much. All of you who are tapping and touching that screen, may your hearts be filled with an overwhelming amount of joy today. Thank you so much. Honestly, I love seeing the hearts on the screen. And truth be told, it's not so much for the algorithm. I'm here creating the space. I'm not asking you for anything. You know my intention, and that's you sharing that same thing back to me. You're saying, thank you, Jay. I love you, Jay. I'm sending that healing and love and positive energy right back to you, Jay. And together, you and I, right there, you just hit the screen and send some hearts up. Right there, you and I are sending that out to the collective. We're literally enabling other people to walk through life and flow through those frequencies and vibrations all day long. Think about it like a world of red tape. We're constantly pushing through these thoughts and emotions and frequencies and vibrations and 5G and radio waves and this and that and microwaves and people's intentions and projections that you and I right now, it's like that big, beautiful, blissful wave. Somebody's out there in the world, and all of a sudden they get this moment of relief. And it's because people like you and I are sharing that freely out there. So thank you so much. Let's see, we got some things on the screen. Let's see. Thank you so much. Needed to hear this. A foundational belief in God and self. Absolutely. But I want you to understand something, Jeff, that thing you call God, you are a part of. God didn't create everything with a chemistry set, wood and nails, didn't have access to any of those things. God created everything within itself. Whatever God is, whatever we perceive God to be, it's not just some man, it's a thing. And we exist within it. Everything, everywhere, ever will always exist within that one thing. So you for a really easy way to say it, we exist in the mind of God. So yes, a foundational belief in something other than ourselves and ourselves, but believe that your connection within is connected to God. I don't want to get religious and divert anything, but one of the biggest for me misconceptions, and I wrote a channeled book. I'm going to say it flat out. This book is channeled to God, to the source. And if you read this book, you can click the link on my bio. I uploaded it to Google Drive for free. It's about 55 questions channeled out there. And not to take anything away from anybody, but, and I have videos of this online. Actually, if you scroll down, you'll see one about the teachings of Jesus and stuff. And, everybody says that Jesus is the only way to God. Jesus is the only way to God. Here's earth, here was Israel, and here is Jesus. But all these people on the planet way back then who would have no idea who Jesus was, they were all doomed because they didn't know who he was when they died, right? Makes no sense. And Jesus, this is what they say. Jesus said, no one can bring God to you. Listen to my words carefully. No one can bring God to you. No one can bring you to God. I am the way. I am the light. I am the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. Right? And we've held that teaching in this. You cannot get to the divine unless you believe in Jesus and worship and honor Jesus, even though he said, don't worship me. So every Jew, every Hindu, every Buddhist, every atheist, every single other person who has existed on this planet, who has had a different belief, you're going to tell me you believe is burning in hell because they have not just gone this one narrow-minded way. So do you think that's what Jesus was saying when he healed lepers and homeless people, and he slept in barns and just did not judge anyone for who they were or what they had, and treated everyone with love and compassion and freedom and equality? Do you think that that's what he meant, or do you think he may have meant something like this? I am the way to God. Through me is the way to God. No man can bring me to God. No man can bring God to you. God is within. The way to the divine is through the self. You want to see, feel, hear, and connect with God? It's not going to be from that preacher screaming on stage, slapping somebody's forehead, saying you're healed in the name of Jesus. It's going to be by closing your eyes and going within and feeling that divine connection. So I truly believe Jesus's teaching was teaching us to move away from the exterior teachings. What was Jesus doing? He was basically saying the religion of the time, and he was an ordained rabbi, for God's sakes. He was basically saying his own religion was wrong. The way they're treating people and the inequality of it is wrong. He was basically saying the rulers of the land at the time were insane and barbaric. But you really believe that Jesus was then saying that I'm the only person that you should ever believe and go through. How could that possibly be? Jesus had no idea that we would have a telephone, the internet. He had no idea that anybody outside of the village he was in would ever know his name. So why would he say something so ignorant, so small-minded? It's impossible. So for me, Jesus's teachings and words are for everyone, not a select few. And if you don't believe in Jesus, if you've never heard of Jesus, that's okay. As long as you're living a beautiful life, as long as you're treating people with love and kindness and respect, as long as you're trying to be a better version today than you were yesterday, you're doing good. You're doing good. Listen within. Listen within. Because if you want to hear Jesus speak, if you want to hear God speak to you, you're not going to hear it out here in the exterior world. you're going to hear it within, my friends. And that's the truth. I wrote this book just like every other religious book was written by man. By man. I can sit here and say, I went into my cottage for 30 days and I channeled that source, that energy. And these are the answers I received for the questions I asked. Whether you believe me or not is not my problem. I'm not here to fight another person's inability to perceive or believe my truth. I'm here to walk and talk and live in my light and my truth, just as you are, my friends. Okay? With that being said, I love you too, Troy. I absolutely love you. Please get into a comfortable position. Thank you. I love your videos. Greetings from Switzerland. Welcome. Today's a beautiful day here. So true. I'm thinking about going to yoga class today. Don't think. What did Yoda say? Do or do not. There is no try, right? So go to yoga. I'm working on holistic. Yes, I'm working on a holistic clinic, and we always say to the patients, healing is self-responsibility. Well, RM, I would love to see it and know all about it. Please send me a message, send me a link. If it's anywhere within a vicinity of where I am, I would love to come and see it. So healing and love and energy back to you. Thank you, right back to you. Do you think the Bible could be written by artificial intelligence? Okay, opera, solar punk. You have just asked the $1 million question. And I'm going to say this, solar punk. Hold on. Let me just, where is it? Here, what is everything made from? There is an entire section in here, solar punk, about artificial intelligence, about computers, the simulation theory about reality. I ask, man. And if you really want to know the answer to that very specific question, as a matter of fact, all of you who ever see this, if you want to have an answer to the most often asked questions that you've been rattling around in your brain, that's what these are. The questions I asked in this book, yes, it's based on me, my life, my experiences, and things like that. Oh, look at that. You just saw me just spontaneous flip and stop, right? What's that top question right there? What is artificial intelligence? I just spontaneously flipped and it opened up right to that. What is artificial intelligence? Read this book. It's for free. I took the PDF and uploaded it to Google Drive. The link is right there on my profile. You don't need to enter your email address. It does not collect your data, and it does not ask you for a penny. You click the link, it opens, you read it, it changes you. I am so glad you asked that question. But with that being said, it is 10:34. And it is meditation time. I was going to say medication time. I'm thinking of the movie One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest. I always think of that every time I say meditation time. I think of Nurse Ratched. Medication time, medication time. But that's really what it is. But instead of taking in medication, we're going to do some meditation. It's an amazing book, Jay. I read it a few years ago. Thank you so much, Bobby Joe. To be completely honest, I wrote it about 7 years ago, and still once a month I pick it up and read through it. I want to change words and things like that around now when I read it. But I leave it alone because I don't really consider this a book that I wrote. For the longest time, I didn't even have my name on it. I had no name on it because I just asked the questions and wrote down the answers. But it does have my name on it right now. And I have finished my second book, which is called Echoes of Existence. It's not out yet. And my children's book is done. My son is just revising some of the artwork, and that is titled The Great Big Everything. And I cannot wait to share those with all of you. With that being said, please, my friends, comfortable position. You can relax. You can sit back. You can rest your head. You can sit in a chair. Just sit comfortably. I want to help you do something. I saw a video this morning. I think his name is Naranj. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Naranji from Soma Breath. And he was basically talking about meditation and a very easy way for people to be here in the present moment. And he was basically describing an Anapana meditation, which I do with you all the time, where we just sit and focus on our breath, feeling the flow, the texture, the temperature. Our mind wanders, sounds distract us. Oh yeah, meditating, and we go back to the breath, right? I want to do something different with you today that's really going to be helpful. And I need to send him a message later and let him know that I think this is absolutely wonderful. And what it is I call it, he didn't have a name for it, but I'm calling it ocean breathing. And it's basically the same thing, focusing on our breath. But what we're going to do today differently is create a sound with that breath. And we're going to focus on the breath and that sound. And you'll see that, when we meditate, just focusing on the sound, the breath itself, not using any visualizations, the mind wanders off frequently, especially initially in the beginning of meditation. The mind wanders off a lot. That's why sometimes I'll have us focus on the breath and looking into the nothingness, maybe some soft music in the background so we have more anchors to hold us here in the present moment, if it's a present moment awareness meditation, which we're going to do today. So this is going to be a little different. We're going to create a sound. And by creating that sound and focusing on it, it really does help you have less thoughts, and it helps you come back very quick. So first, let's get comfortable. Let's take in a few deep breaths. If you can breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, that would be great. If you have to breathe through your mouth, that's totally okay. Thank you so much for the love. So take a deep breath in. We're going to focus into the center of our chest. You can let your belly expand and your chest rise out. We gently rest into the breath for a moment. But on the exhale, we're going to be relaxing our body, our face, and down. And we're going to start with the skin on our forehead. So with me, deep breath in. Gently rest into the breath. And as you exhale, just send that intention of relaxation to the skin on the foreheads, the temples, the cheeks, ears. Breathing in again. Exhaling, unclenching the jaw, relaxing the tongue, the neck, and the shoulders. Breathing in again. Exhaling and relaxing down the shoulders, the spine, the chest. Breathing in again. Exhaling down the belly, the groin, the rear, all the way down to your thighs and your knees. Taking in another deep, full breath. Relax and rest into the breath. And then exhale, letting yourself sink deeper into your seat, relaxing down your shins and your calves, ankles to your feet. Breathing in again. Feeling and sensing the entire body and just relaxing, letting ourselves go even deeper, settling down more into the seat. Relaxing even more. Another breath in. You can even feel the eyes just want to close. They just want to relax. Just exhale, letting go of more stress and tension. Taking another deep breath in. Close those eyes. Exhale, relaxing the body, and let go of the breath. Feel that sense of disconnect, that shift into your stillness. Remember, we do not force, we do not block, We do not judge. We do not expect. All sounds around you, let them be as they're meant to be. If thoughts come to the mind, let them come to the mind. That's what this is all about. Becoming the observer of your thoughts, not the victim or hostage of. Sensations in the body, breathe into them, release them, adjust, move, be comfortable, and be present. Just relax. No judgments, no expectations. Just sitting with your eyes closed. I want us to gently bring the awareness to the breath. But instead of just focusing on the natural flow of the breath today, I want us to take in nice, deep, full breaths and nice, full exhalations. But we're going to do ocean breathing today. When we breathe in, we're going to try to create the sound of water. And when we exhale, creating the sound of water. Focusing all awareness, all attention to the feel, flow of the breath as we always do, but creating the sound like this. As you breathe in deep, create that sound of the water flowing in. That pause before the water rolls back out. And then exhale, creating the sounds of the ocean waves. The water comes in, the breath flows in. Breathe. Let your ocean be calm and flow with beauty and grace. Breathing in, feeling and hearing the sound of the wave. The wave rests gently on the shore. And we exhale, and the water moves away. Breathing in and breathing out. If the mind wanders into thought, that's okay. When you become aware that you're thinking and not meditating, simply bring your awareness back to the breath, the feel, the flow, the sensation, and the sound of the breath. Everything is the breath. Be the breath. Breathe with your awareness. Full inhalations creating the sound. Full exhalations creating the sound. Breathing in. Take 3 complete cycles of your breath, breathing in and out as one cycle. And after the third cycle, gently let go of the breath and let it gently and calmly return to natural. If something distracts you, if the mind wanders, just come back to focusing your attention on the natural, calm rhythm of your breath. Repeat after me. I embrace freedom, kindness, compassion, and equality for everyone, including myself. I embrace freedom, kindness, compassion, and equality for everyone, including myself. I embrace kindness, compassion, freedom, and equality for everyone, including myself. Lengthening the body, draw a deep breath into the center of your chest. Exhale, realigning the body back to a nice upright position. Deep breath in, gently wiggle the toes and the fingers, re-engaging the body. You can move your head gently back to center. Exhale. One more breath in. Continuing to keep the eyes closed on the exhalation. Stay in this space. Stay in here for a minute to two. And when you feel ready, when you feel comfortable, slowly open your eyes. Thank you. All right. There you go. Take a moment when you open your eyes. See how you were still in that meditative state. Sense that. Resonate in that. And remember, you do have the choice and ability to carry this with you throughout your day. And as I said in the beginning of today's session, the more you do these types of sessions, the more you strengthen your capacity to be here in the present moment, react and interact from that place of kindness and compassion and equality, and really connect with your inner stillness and live by that, my friend, and not the noise and the information in the exterior world. So thank you for joining me on day 48. It is our 9th week. All of these sessions are available on the link in my bio, as is my first book for free, and all other 8,000 plus videos that I have posted online in the last 12 years. Until tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, stay light, stay bright, and remember, my friend, you are and always will be connected to the divine. You don't have to look for it anywhere else in the world. It's already right there within you, waiting for you and speaking to you as it always has been. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you all very soon. Take care.